So, bem-vindos, bienvenidos, welcome to SOS and Bovale College webinar. I'm Leticia, the educational consultant for Latin American students here at SOS International, and I'm located at the Calgary office. And today, we are having the Bovale webinar presented by Danielle. And before Bovale's presentation, I would like to have a short introduction about SOS International. Okay, so we are a 100% Canadian-based education consulting company that provides professional counseling, visa service, and total care service in Canada. Our head office is in Toronto, that covers Eastern Canada, and the Calgary office that covers Western Canada. Also, we have a regional office in Korea, Vietnam, Philippines, and professional managers who can speak Chinese, Portuguese, Spanish, Korean, and Vietnamese. We are a totally global company, and every year, more than 1,600 students come to Canada with us. So our door is open to get you to meet your goal in Canada. We are the official representative of more than 70 public institutions in Canada, including Bovale College. And to prepare the study permit or any visa, you can prepare it by yourself, or you must hire a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. We, SOS, have a legal team that has 3 RCI members and 1 immigration lawyer. We handle all the documents with the proper process. I also came to Canada as an international student, so if you have any question, please don't hesitate to contact me. The seminar will be presented in English, but you can leave your question in Portuguese or Spanish in the Q&A below. Então, o seminário será apresentado em inglês, mas você pode deixar qualquer pergunta na caixinha do Q&A embaixo da sua tela. El seminario se presentará en inglés, pero tú puedes hacer preguntas en español en el Q&A de su pantalla. So now, I'm just going to pass to Danielle to start the presentation for Bovale. Hola.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Danielle. I work in the International Education Department at Bovale College, basically helping students on their admission process and providing counseling and enrollment support to students right before they arrive to Canada to start classes. I'm always excited to talk about Bovale College because I was also an international student here, so I have been through the process of choosing a city and an institution, a program that would align with my career goals. And I know that there are so many things to think about when making a decision to study abroad. And at the same time that it's super exciting, it can be a little overwhelming sometimes. So I hope I can bring you good insights today to help you with your plans to start your program overseas. All right, so let's get started. So in our session today, I will share a little bit about our location, the college, services, and opportunities we provide to students. We'll take a look at the estimate on costs, then I'll give you an overview of the programs we offer and talk a little bit about our admissions process and requirements. And as Leticia mentioned before, if you have any questions, just please message us and we'll reply to them after the presentation. So Bovale College is located in Calgary in the province of Alberta. And just to start, I would like to share a video with you just for a quick introduction of the city.
Calgary is the largest city in the province of Alberta and the 4th largest city in Canada, with close to 1.3 million inhabitants. The city boasts a privileged location within the province as the gateway to the foothills and stunning Rocky Mountains, where you can explore endless hiking trails, over 30 world-class ski resorts, the towns of Canmore and Banff, and jewels of the Rockies such as Lake Louise and Moraine Lake. The city of Calgary itself has been consistently ranked among the top 5 most livable cities in the world due to its high quality of life, environment, infrastructure, low cost of living, health, education, and safety. Basically, in Calgary, you get all the perks of big city living without many of the related problems such as traffic and crime. Calgary is also one of Canada's sunniest cities, with over 330 sunny days per year on average. It is also home to a unique phenomenon known as the Chinook, which means snow eater in the language of the First Nations people in the region. The Chinook is a warm wind that comes and raises temperatures enough to melt the snow in the city up to 10 times per winter, giving the citizens of Calgary a nice break from colder winter weather and from icy streets. Calgary is a particularly active city with more kilometers of paved bikeways and pathways than any other major city in North America. That means over 1,000 kilometers of pathways. It is also home to the world's largest rodeo, the Calgary Stampede, which was founded in 1918. During the 10-day festival, over 200,000 people enjoy free pancake breakfasts across the city, all run by friendly volunteers. In 2019, Calgary had the highest concentration of head offices in Canada per capita, and also the second highest concentration of small businesses in Canada. Indeed, a city with a very entrepreneurial spirit. Calgary has traditionally been known for its role in the oil and gas industries, but is taking giant strides towards diversifying the economy and growing its tech and entertainment sectors. If you'd like to know more about how the economy is diversifying in Calgary and in Alberta, feel free to check out our current agents webpage, where there are a lot of great links to videos featuring members of the Alberta government talking about plans for the upcoming 5 to 10 years. I think Calgary has an amazing quality of life. It's a beautiful city, and I think your students are going to be very, very happy there.
All right, so I can definitely endorse everything from this video. So being a Brazilian, I can tell that it's very nice to have a very sunny city during the colder winter months. So it is really a nice city to study and as a choice. Right, so about Bovale College. So we are right in the heart of Calgary. Our campus is downtown. So our location is very accessible to shoppings, to museums, historic buildings, and a lot of restaurants around. And we are located in the most central part of the city. So we are also just a few steps away from the new Calgary Public Library and from parks such as the Princess Island Park. There's a lot of festivals, concerts, a lot of activities that go around the campus. Another nice feature of the location of Bovale is the public transportation. So as you can see the train in the picture there and Bovale in the back. So the train comes from if you're in any part of the city, the train will stop right in front of Bovale College. So you just leave the train and enter the campus. So it's a very, very nice that you can just have this transportation. And there we go. And I would like to talk a little bit about costs. So just an overview of costs per term and per year compared to other major cities. So if you see the cost per term, this is these are just living costs, right? Besides the program tuition. So these are costs like with rent, transportation pass, food, phone and internet, and some personal things that you need to consider when moving to a different country to study. So if you see the cost per term from Calgary compared to Toronto and Vancouver, for example, it's almost half the cost. And if you see that compared to in a year, how much you would spend just with this living costs, you can see that's a very big difference between Calgary and major cities. Right, and Bovale College, so we were founded in 1965. Our student population is very diverse. So there's students from in many countries. You see people from everywhere in the world on campus. And our programs, they are really designed in partnership with industry leaders. So that is to really make sure that the skills that we teach, they are the skills that the employers want. So our curriculum is generally being updated because of these conversations with the industry to make sure that really the students are ready for the workforce as soon as they finish their programs. And more on the immigration side, so Bovale College is a designated learning institution. That means that we can receive international students in a student visa. And all the career programs we offer to international students, they offer the eligibility to apply for a postgraduate work permit. So most of you probably know what the postgraduate work permit is, but in case you don't, so it's just a permit that you can apply after you finish your studies, so you can continue working. So you basically work what you studied here. It's a great opportunity, and the length of the postgraduate work permit will vary according to the program that you take. So it can go from 8 months to 3 years, but that will be determined by immigration. So the programs we offer. So we offer 1-year certificates, 2-year diplomas, and 1-year post-diploma certificates. So basically, the 1-year certificate is really job-ready skills that the students are going to learn. The diplomas, they offer some possibilities of transferring credits to a degree program. So a few students, they decide to start taking 2 years of a program and then finish a bachelor's degree, for example, so they can transfer these credits that they already took. And the post-diploma certificates are more for, they require previous post-secondary education. So these are more for students who already have a post-secondary education and they are looking just to enhance their skills and just to update their skills with what's in the market at the moment. And the programs we offer, they are mainly in the fields of community studies, business, health and wellness, entertainment arts, technology, and we also have the English language learning program. So as I mentioned before about the degrees, so most of the 2-year diplomas that we offer, there's a possibility of transferring to a university. So these are some of the universities that accept the credits from Bovale College, in case students are also interested in continuing their education. Right, so before we start looking into specific programs, I just wanted to introduce the Bovale College Center for Entertainment Arts. This is the newest addition to the college, and I'm just gonna play a video before we go into that too.
Our lives are experienced within 3 distinct timelines. The past is our history, our memories, our knowledge. The present is everything that is happening right now. Our choices, our action, the space between what was and what will be. The future can be anything we desire, where dreams come to light, where possibilities are limitless. Introducing the Bovale College Center for Entertainment Arts. For the past, present, and future of Alberta.
Right, so just introducing again, so this is the new programs that we are offering. It is very exciting to have these programs now at Bovale College. So the film industry is really expanding in Canada and in Calgary. So these programs, they are part of an economic strategic plans that we have for the province. And Bovale College is taking part in this plan by offering these programs so we train employees for jobs in the film and gaming industry. So yeah, our curriculum, so it's unique. It was developed uniquely for Bovale College and is really aligned with the currently demand by the industry. So it's different from the Center for Entertainment Arts programs that are offered in Vancouver. So these are advanced curriculum with world-class instructors. And if you consider the instructors' experience combined, there's like over 500 years of experience there. And the instructions, they have over 400 film, television, and game credits. So these are very, very nice instructors that they're coming to teach these programs. And here are some examples of the blockbusters that the instructors worked on. So you might recognize a few of them. And so these are just a few samples of what who the students would be dealing with. And here are some samples of the work of some of the graduates from the Center for Entertainment Arts. So the graduates are really, because of the experience of the instructors, when they graduate, they're really ready to enter the industry with confidence because they really know what's happening like currently in the industry. So that is very exciting for the students. So for the programs for the Center for Entertainment Arts, we are currently offering 3 programs. The first one is a 1-year certificate. That's the Foundation in Entertainment Arts. So the certificate is more really foundational, and the curriculum is designed more for students who are looking to start learning about the film and gaming industry from the beginning. So students who still didn't have so much experience with this. So this would be more like the basics to start in the program. And then we have also 2 2-year diplomas. So the advanced 3D animation and 3D modeling, and the advanced visual effects with virtual production. So the cool thing about these programs, so the starting salary in this case is very attractive. So the students are around 65 to 75,000 a year. That would be the starting salary. And all the programs, they have a work experience opportunities. So that would be, the students would be able to work in the end of the program for a few months. And generally, this is a good opportunity because the student can meet with people from the industry, and most of them, they are hired right when they are already finishing the program. So when they're done, they already start studying right after the program is done. And for these 3 programs for the Center for Entertainment Arts, there's also scholarships available based on portfolio submissions. So we have options of 5, 10, and 15% discount from tuition based on the portfolio submission. Now, moving on to our business programs. So the business programs, they have a lot of activities going around the business. One of them that is the students are very excited about every year is called Venture Quest. This is an opportunity that students have to develop a business idea while competing for prizes of like 20,000 in cash and prizes. So students really, they get engaged with this because they have the opportunity of really developing ideas that they have and having some help from professionals to develop this idea. We also have a few provincial and national competitions that students can participate if they're taking the business programs. That it's also great for students to understand a little bit more about the market and make connections and add to their resumes when they're done. We have some intercultural exchange programs in Japan and Europe, and a lot of local business events with the Calgary Chamber, so students can connect with the industry. So for the SHU School of Business programs, we have 1-year certificates, which are the administrative professional, business administration, hospital unit clerk, human resources, medical office assistant, and the veterinary office assistant. So it's good mentioning that, for example, the hospital unit clerk, medical office, and veterinary office, these are still administrative jobs. So it would be to work in this field, but doing administrative tasks. And for the 2-year programs, the business administration is one of our most popular programs due to its versatility. So in this program, how it works, in the first year, the students, they have common subjects. So they study basically the same courses for an introduction of business. And on the second year, they can choose one of these 9 specializations. So, and these 9 specializations, they are frequently revised. to align with the market demand. So they're always very up to date. So we know that the students are studying something that they can really find work after they finish their program. So the specialization, it can be chosen like after the first year. So it's just for the second year that they will go into that. And we also have a diploma in legal assistant. So here we have an example of one of our students. By the way, she is from Brazil. She had an international degree and completed the business administration diploma. And she became an instructor at Bovale College and later a research and policy coordinator. So that's just one of example of the student from the business program. Now for our School of Technology, we have the technology side and a little bit of more the creative side of programs. So for technology, we have a post-diploma certificates. So these ones are in cybersecurity and software development, and some 2-year diplomas programs. So also software development and information technology systems. So the information technology system is more, it will teach the basics of IT, and the software development is more about the coding part, right? So the difference between the 2-year diploma software development and the 1-year post-diploma, it's basically the curriculum is kind of the same, but the software development post-diploma, you need to have already some sort of post-secondary education in the field or some kind of experience, because it's a quicker pace. So it's basically knowing that you already know some of the information there. So that's the difference. And the software development 2 years diploma, you don't really need to have any background in the field. And on the creative side, so we have a post-diploma certificate in digital marketing and kitchen and bath design, which also require previous post-secondary education, and 2-year diplomas in the digital marketing major for the business administration, digital design, and interior decorating. So for these programs of the technology, all the IT programs, they are very aligned with the industry too, and they are recognized, industry recognized certificates. And the interior decorating program is also recognized by the Decorators and Designers Association of Canada. And here is one of example of our technology school students. So this student, he only had the international high school from back home. He completed the software development diploma program, and he participated in the Calgary Hacks competition. And nowadays he's working as a software developer. So for our School of Health and Wellness, we do offer a diploma in pharmacy technician, which has like full accreditation by the Canadian Council for Accreditation of Pharmacy Programs. And this program is interesting because they have a very cutting edge technology center. So they have a simulation center that they can really practice hands-on how it is to work with that. And we also offer a healthcare aid 1-year certificate and a 1-year post-diploma in health and human services management. So for this last program, the post-diploma certificate, this generally students, it's for students who already have some kind of background in education in the health field, but it's more focused on the business side of health. So that's interesting for some of the students who already have this health background and they are just trying to do something like as a specialization. So interesting here is that the employment rate is very high for the programs of the School of Health and Wellness. Around like 91% of the graduates, they are employed in their field. And this is our student who had an international degree. She completed the Health and Human Services Management post-diploma. She was a student leader of the Student Association, and nowadays she's working as a support specialist supervisor. Right, so moving on to our School of Community Studies. So here we have 1-year programs and 2-year programs. So for the 1-year certificates, we have disability studies, education assistant, and the Health and Human Services that I already mentioned. And we have 2-year diploma programs in the Justice Studies major. So this is kind of the same as the business administration. So like the first year is common for the students and they can choose one of these 4 specializations in the second year. We offer disability studies diplomas and early childhood education and development. And we also have 2 programs that they are 2-year diplomas, but they are splitting 6-term programs. So there will be a very, very full terms. So that's the child and youth care and the social work. And just to clarify, some students don't really understand the difference between the early childhood education and the child and youth. So the early childhood education and development is more for students who want to work in childcare settings and young children. And the child and youth care, it prepares more the learners to work with children and youth, experience behavior and emotional challenges. So like in vulnerable situations. So that's mainly the difference between the 2 programs. And all the programs on the community studies school, they have practicums. So the students will be in an environment that they can really practice what they are really learning. And Gabrielle is our student who, she completed the International English Language Learning Program at Bovale. Then she completed the Early Childhood Education and Development Diploma. She was also a president of the International Students Club. And nowadays she's an early learning educator. So here's just a recap of our postgraduate programs. So for students who have already completed post-secondary education, and they're just really looking to improve in their fields. Now, finally, we have the School of Global Access. So these are our International English Language Learning Program. This program, it offers 5 levels, and it's for students who really want to improve their English skills. And each level costs approximately $4,871. So each term is around 4 months. And the level placement will be determined by submitting a valid English language proficiency result. So an IELTS academic or a Duolingo, TOEFL. So these are the scores, the lowest scores that would be required for the student to be accepted in the Bovale College ELL program. So the amount of terms that the student will need to study will basically depend on which level they are placed based on the test that they submit. And Ana Karina is our student who completed the ELL program, and she was able to really continue her post-secondary studies after completing the English program. Now, let's go on how to apply and what's the process and after you choose the program, right? So first thing, you would be choosing the program, and the student will need to submit an online application and an application fee. And they would be required to submit their translated high school transcripts to Bovale and the proof of English proficiency. And in some cases, depending on the program, a portfolio would also be required, right, depending on the program. So the academic requirements for most of the diploma programs are, as you can see on the chart there, grade 12 math, equivalent to grade 12 math and grade 12 English language arts. So what this means, this equivalency, it would be basically the last year of high school from back home. And the English language arts wouldn't be exactly the English, because you would still have to submit an IELTS or a Duolingo or a TOEFL. So this from your academic transcripts, they would be looking at your main language, basically. So for example, in Brazil, there would be Portuguese or literature, and for Latin America, Spanish, literature, or anything related to that. So that's what they would be looking for, the equivalencies. And for the certificates, then the requirements are a little bit lower. So for the math, for example, some of them don't really require math, but some of them require like an equivalence to the first year of high school math. And also the post-diploma certificates, as I also mentioned, that would be required to submit post-secondary transcripts. Now, each program has specifications, so it's always a good idea to take a look on their website before applying, just so you know what we are looking for each program. And then the second step that should be submitted for the admissions process is the English language proficiency requirements. So for most of our programs, we ask for a minimum requirement of IELTS Academic 6 overall, and the student can't have any band score lower than 6. And at the moment, we're also accepting Duolingo, so that's because of the pandemic, it's a little bit easier for the students to be able to do this test. There's some exceptions for programs that would require a little bit higher or some different tests, but most of them, this would be the requirements. And there's also the possibility if a student, for example, doesn't have this level of English, they can always study the English language program. They can start as a pathway. So we have our own English language program, but we also have partners like schools, English schools that are partners with Bovale College. So the students would also be able to finish an English program in another school and still meet the requirements for their career program at Bovale College. And basically these are the partners that we work at the moment. So there's a few options here if a student needs to complete a pathway program. Right, so for services for students in this case, the college has a lot of services. And so we have career and employment support for students from people who help you review your resume before and help like supporting before you go for a job interview, for example, and helping you kind of find jobs and find your path. Have financial support, technology support, health and wellness that includes mental health. We know that it is hard sometimes to be far from home, so there's all this kind of support too. And academic support, so there's also peers support that for the academic part, there will be people to help you if you're having trouble, if you're finding it hard. So there's many kind of services that the college offered to ensure that the student is really having everything that they can from the program. And besides the services offered by the college, the international department also has some services. So for such as social and cultural events, we have pathway planning, student advising after the students have already started the classes, and also immigration information. So we also have an immigration consultant inside the department that can help with this immigration side once you start studying. And a little bit about the life on campus. So there's many opportunities at the college, many volunteer opportunities and students really participating in that. There's student events, services, workshops, and engagement activities like during the whole year. And these are great opportunities really for students to connect with other students and to really connect to the industry, to the staff, and to instructors. So this is part of what makes Bovale very special because if you connect, like classes are a little bit smaller on the size, so students, they can kind of really talk to the instructors, and these people really help, like when you really need to find a job, they can help to support you with many opportunities. And also because there are people from so many countries, you'll be developing intercultural skills, and also with Canadians, you would be also learning about the culture here. And just that I wanted to just show, there's a picture there. Bovale also has a TEDx, a version that is developed inside and presented by students too. Now for scholarships and awards, we do have a few scholarships besides those ones that I mentioned for the Center for Entertainment Arts. So we have a few entrance awards that in the amount of $2,000. And there are some scholarships and awards that you basically apply after you have started classes. So there's some options for international students that you can apply, and there's a possibility of getting these rewards after you have started classes. So, well, thank you for joining and for watching. And I believe now I will just get this back to Leticia, and we'll see if we have just some questions to be answered.
So the student is asking if he or she takes the business certificate, can it apply for the diploma later? I think it's after a year. After completing the certificate, can they apply for the diploma?
So that depends. So if you apply, you cannot really change the program before you start. So you would really have to finish the business certificate. But because there's some of the courses, they are the same as the main ones for the business administration diploma. So depending on the program that you apply, you can get some authorization from the chairs and from our department, like the international department would help in this process. So, and there's a few considerations too, right? So there's a possibility, but the student needs to have like good grades, for example, they need to have passed and all that. So there is a possibility, but it needs authorization and it needs like a few adjustments and just to make sure that there's seats available and all that, but there is this possibility. But we would recommend, like if you really are considering the 2-year program, to already apply for the 2-year, unless you really don't know, and then you might want to try this possibility later.
Okay. Does the college help to find a job?
Yes. So we have a lot of services and workshops, and that we are also in contact generally with the Calgary Chamber of Commerce. So the college is not going to find a job for you. So that's of course, you still need to look for it and find it and go after. But there are some jobs that are posted only for students, some opportunities that, like for internships, for example, that are posted only for our students. So if you're a good match, you still have to go through the application process and everything, but they really do try to help you and try to, even like as I was mentioning about the instructors, if the instructor knows that you're a good match, maybe for something, they might refer you to someone from the industry. So there's this possibility, but there are services specific for that. Yes.
Okay. Another question. Do you have master degree in engineering?
No, unfortunately, we don't have anything on engineering.
Yeah, okay. Right, another one. It's asking about Duolingo, if Bovale is still going to accept Duolingo for 2022 or 2023.
So for 2022, yes, we are still accepting Duolingo. We still don't know if it's going to continue until 2023. I think everyone is a little bit like, we don't know what's going to happen with the world right now. But for now, yes, we are still accepting Duolingo for the intakes that are open at the moment.
Yeah. All programs start in September.
Oh, no, yes. So we have programs starting September, some starting January. And we also have a smaller intake that starts in May. But there are only 3 programs offered in the main intake for international students. So our biggest intake is the September one, that all the programs are offered. But there's a lot on the January intake too. So if you just check the website, it will show you like the intakes that it's offered.
Okay. Another question is asking about the pathway, if the student needs to take together with the main program or it's like separate.
So the pathway is separate. So what generally happens, you would complete a pathway if you don't have enough grades to be accepted in the career program. So let's say that you start an English program at Bovale or in another school, and you want to apply for a career program, you can already apply, but you would be conditionally accepted to the career. So and the condition basically would be for you to finish the English program before. So the pathway, so the English, it needs to be completed before the career starts.
And how long do they need to apply? How long before? Oh, yeah.
How long before? Yes.
Yeah,
So,
how long before they need to apply?
Okay. So our programs, they open 13 months in advance. We recommend applying at least 6 months in advance, just because the programs, they do fill up quickly. So you don't want to end up in a waiting list that you can get the seat or not.
Mhm.
So the sooner you apply, the seats, more possibility of having the seats available, and also more time for you to prepare for your study permit, because there are many things related. So you need all the time that we'll be assessing your documents until you're accepted to the program.
Mhm.
So as soon as you receive your letter of acceptance, you can already apply for study permit. So we generally recommend at least 6 months in advance.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just translating here. I'm reading in
No,
Portuguese.
that's great.
Okay, is there any possibility to, oh, goodness, I just forgot the word, bolsa de estudos.
The awards, the scholarships, right?
The
So
scholarships,
basically,
yeah, that's right.
So we do have scholarships, but they are, as I mentioned, there's only one scholarship that is offered like for an entrance scholarship, but the other ones really are after you start studying. So they would be based on your grades or the things that you're doing on campus. So there's different types of scholarships,
Mhm.
and they're all listed on the website. So you can see like which ones you can apply for, you're eligible to apply for,
Mhm.
but they would be all after you start classes, and you basically would receive the money. So you would be able to just like put towards your tuition or something else. So it's not really a discount of the tuition. It's really the price that you get, and then you use the money as you want.
Yeah. How long does it take for the college to reply your application?
So from the moment we receive a complete application, that would be like the application, transcripts, payment, everything, you submit everything.
Mhm.
It can take up to 4 to 6 weeks, depending on the amount of applications we are receiving, but generally a minimum of 4 weeks for our admissions team to assess all your transcripts and let you know if you have been accepted or not.
Okay. Is the information technology system course eligible for PGWP?
Yes. So all the programs we have for international students, students can apply for the PGWP.
Another one, I'm planning to start my studies in 2023, September. When is the best moment to start to contact the college?
2023, September.
Actually,
Right.
I can answer this one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, because since the registration opens in like 13 months, right, before, usually the students contact us, SOS, like a year and a half before, so we can start to review all the documents, to see if it's missing something, check the translations, and then once the registration opens, then we can submit the application right away. So for September 2023, I would say you can contact us in May or June of 2022. Yeah.
Great, thank you.
It's pathway mandatory, or the student can take the program without pathway?
It is not mandatory. So the pathway, it really is for students who still don't have the level of English that is required to be accepted in the career program. So let's say you want to start, I don't know, the business administration program, and you have a 6 overall on IELTS, nothing less than 6, then you would be ready to start the business. You don't need to take any English program before. So it really is for students who still need a little bit of English and they don't want to keep trying IELTS or anything. They really want to improve their English skills. So they can take the pathway before. But that will be just the case. And some students do really also, they have the required grade, but they also want to take like 1 semester of English just to get used to the English and all that. That's also possible, but it's not mandatory.
Okay. There's one here. Hello, Leticia and Daniel. When can I enroll for the classes? My intake is in January on business administration diploma.
Enroll in classes. Okay, so the enrollment in classes generally open for new students around 3 to 2 months before the start of classes. So students, they do receive some communication after they are accepted and all that. They receive communication kind of constantly from the college, but they can really just register for classes around 2 months before the start of the intake.
Yeah, for example, right now, they just opened the registration, like the enrollment for classes for fall, right?
Yes.
Right this week.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Another one, does January intake programs have a break in summer? I mean, the long break around 3 to 4 months. Yeah, the break, 4 months break.
Oh, the academic break. Yes.
Yeah.
So depends on the program and on the intake. So for the 2-year programs, generally, for example, the business administration and the other, like the technology ones, you can choose to take the academic break. But some programs, they don't really have it, like especially the ones that are 6 terms. So the terms are all like in a row. You don't really have that choice. And some of the certificates also, because it's like they're just 1 year in length, right? So some of them don't really offer. So that will depend on the program. But if you have any specific program that you're considering, then we welcome you to just send a message to us or to Leticia, and then we can verify if this program has the academic break.
Yeah. And there is another one here. Will be intakes in January 2022 for business courses. Maybe, I think he means that because it's already on waitlist, right? So maybe he's asking there are gonna be more seats for business.
Yeah, so that stuff, like the programs are really, they're already waitlisted, most of them for the January 2022 intake. For the business, for sure, it is waitlisted already. And there's kind of a big wait list. So we would recommend the fall 2022 intake. That would be a better option in this case.
Yeah, and the registration is starting soon, so it's time to plan.
Yes, it's good if you plan in advance. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I think that's it for today. We answered all the questions. Let's see if we get any more. Nope. So I think it's all good for today. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Danielle.
Yes, thank you for the invitation. It was nice to have you
here. Thank you, guys. And if you have any questions, please contact us to enroll for Bovale. If you have questions about the pathway programs too, because we also work with the English schools that it's partnership with Bovale. So you can just contact us and we can help you. All right. Okay. Thank you. And
thank you.
See you next time. Bye-bye.